back again for you with another Campfire strumming tip, and in this video we're going to look at the intro section to Heart of Gold by Neil Young. But I want to bring your attention and focus on this hand here, the strumming hand, which I call the motor, and I think it's really key to do the intro. And we're just looking at the very first part. Okay, so it starts off, the rhythm is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and da 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 da, like that. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and da 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 da. All right. So what we got to do is, the first part is, instead of like, let's look at the chords we're using. It's just an E minor 7. Or as you'll see in the easy change shapes, it's an E minor shape, and then we go to the D chord. Okay, so but to start off, the strumming is like now you can do this two ways. The first way, without you're gonna have that part of your palm muting the strings just in front of the bridge there. Right, so and that gets a more muted percussive sort of, right, instead of where it's open there. So we're gonna, on the first two strikes, one end, and then open it up for the rest of that measure. So it's like 1 with the mute, 2 and 3 and 4. Now you can play it down up if you want to get the motor going, and it's probably the best way to start it, because like you want to feel the motor and be totally in control of that. So apart from that muted part, you can do that because it's just a straight 8th rhythm. The actual song sounds better when it's sort of struck down. It propels it forward just slightly more than just straight up and down. But it's your choice. You do whatever makes you feel comfortable. But like, you got the palm mute for the first two, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay. Either way, it's got to work. The most critical thing about any strumming pattern or any song that you play is to be able to hear the rhythm, and then that way you'll play it correctly. And there's always more than one way to play it correctly. The main thing is it done correctly, right? And that's the main thing. The most efficient way, I always tell my students, there's no right or wrong. It's just whatever is the most efficient way. Okay, so from that measure, we're going to go to the D chord, just to open D chord, and we're going to strike that 1, 2, and we're going to do it down, down, up. So down, down, because on that up, we're changing back to the E minor chord. So it's like down, down, up, okay? Down, down, up, right? And the easiest way to say that is because we got to get that down happening. That change on the offbeat happening, my bad. Down, down, up. Tell this hand what it's got to do. It's like down, down, up. Right? You could go 1, 2, and if you're comfortable with that. I generally find most adult beginners prefer giving their hand a bit of direction. All right. And I learned that from guitar coach Steve Mastriani. It's just down, down, up. Okay. And then, so far, we've got the mute. Down, down, so it's just in. Right, and for years I used to play that wrong. I used to fill in all the gaps there. Like, I used to do it like that, and it's a lot more space into it. So. Alright, now here comes I think is the most critical part. Right, and this is why we got to keep the motor running at all times. Because if you're just doing a single down, down, up, down, down, up, your hand's got to come back up for that to get the down, the next down. So you've got to down, down, up. Right? Down, down, up. All right. So to do that, your hand is coming back past the strings before it goes down again. The same thing can happen in reverse. All right. So at the end of this down, down, up, I do a strike. I don't strike the strings, I just drop it down. Some people call this a ghost drum. I call it a miss strum, but you can call it whatever makes you feel happy and comfortable. All right, so it's down, down, up, miss. Okay, because that miss is going to put us right in time to do the, that part which comes afterwards. But let's work this first. All right, so from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you could say that like 1 and 2 and 4 and down, down, up, miss, 4, down, 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 miss, 4. Okay. Anyone's got to get you there. You might find the counting works for you best, or you might find the instruction for your hand to do a down or down up works best for you. Okay. So the next part is like after that miss strum, we're going to come back up and play. Normally if we were strumming, we would come up, drum back up after that being an 8th pattern. But this time it's a little bit trickier. We've got to come back up, but hit the string for a down stroke. So it's like down, down, up, miss. So that's just like I'm just open the 5th string, and I hammer onto the 5th string to the 2nd fret there. So it's 1 pick, and then I open to the 4th. But like that starts on the and a 3, so it's and a 4. So 1, 2, 3, and a 4. Sorry. So that's the first part. So it's down, down, up. Right? And then we've got to add the rest on after that. So it's like down, down, up. And all I'm doing from there is like after the open 5 to the 2nd fret on the 5th string, go to the 4th open, and then the 2nd fret I pick of the 4th string, and then I open up to the 3rd string, to the G. And that's going to take a little bit to get, because you want to focus on getting that, what we call a hammer on, the same volume as if it was picked. But we're not going to pick it. Just gives them a more vocal, lyrical type quality. Makes it a little bit more melodic. Okay, so a little bit in this one, but like the key, I think, is on that beat 3 where we do that ghost strum, miss strum. So. That miss there, that to get that in perfect time. All right, but like you don't have to put everything together. What I mean by that, you don't have to try and get everything in there. Work on a little bit at a time. It could be just that muted thing right at the start. Get that going. So remember, it's just the palm here in front of the string, front of the bridge, sorry, resting on the strings on the bass side. And I'm not pressing down on the string, because because that will give a whole different flavor. But like it's just slightly touching it, and like I'm picking it up. Right, and as I'm strumming those, I'm sort of slightly digging in on each one. So you got that. So that might take several minutes to a couple of days to get, depending on where you're at. The key is doing it slow. Just keep it nice and slow. Don't try and rush it, and just allow everything to develop in its own time. I was talking to a school teacher the other day, and he has some alternative theories on how to teach children, and one of them was like, he provides the information, but like just lets the kids be like plants, where they just, you know, you feed the plant some seeds, some water and everything like that, and it just grows on its own. It doesn't try to be anything else. And I think the analogy there is like, don't try and force things to happen. They're going to happen, but the more that you water it, like practice it, the more that's just going to be more natural. So there's no rush for it. You just stay relaxed. Okay, so that's how I would teach you to play the intro for Heart of Gold when you were young. All right, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you got a lot out of it, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.